Hey there, it's Dave Does. This is the Dave Does channel, and this is Dave Does Reacts. And today I'm going to be checking out a video that probably everyone else on the planet seems to have probably checked out by now, but I couldn't be bothered to get round to until now. This is Linkin Park and Up from the Bottom. Everyone kind of went a bit mental when Linkin Park reformed, and Emily was the new vocalist, and then they dropped all these music videos, and reactors went completely crazy for it. And I was just like, yeah, I'll get round to it. I like Linkin Park, but I was never that bothered about checking out the new material. Not to say because I didn't want to check out what Emily did on it, but my musical tastes are not in that zone. I've still got some Linkin Park albums. I still listen to them for like Hybrid Theory and Meteoria. But apart from that, I don't really listen to them. They're not on my regular playlist. So I kind of put this in my list of songs. I was like, do you know what? I should really go check this one up. I think I'd listened to one of the new releases and I thought it was a really good song. Didn't make it onto a playlist, but I thought it was a good track. So yeah, I'm going to check this one out. Now I'm going to play it from start to finish. No pausing, no talking during it. So you can enjoy it, I can enjoy it. And we'll talk about the video and the music at the end. Why do I do this? Why should you even consider what I say? But you shouldn't really, to be quite honest. You don't need to consider what I say at all, because it doesn't really matter. But if you are interested, I've been a musician for around 25-30 years. Drummer and songwriter within bands, including bands such as my current bands, Telescribe, Nothing Gained. You can find us on Spotify, you can find us on YouTube. Got some albums out there, music videos. Check them out. Let us know what you think. But let's check up from the bottom, Linkin Park. Let's do it.
Nothing is the same. Circling around a drain as I realize that there's no one else to blame. You keep me waiting down here, so far below, staring up from the bottom, up from the bottom. I try escaping, but there's nowhere to go. Staring up from the bottom, up from the bottom. Each time I hold my fist inside my pocket, hold my breath until I'm blue. Feels like a knife pushed deep inside a socket, bristling, listening to you. Waking up without a name, opening my eyes, knowing nothing's gonna change. Circling around a drain as I realize that there's no one else to blame. You keep me waiting down here, so far below, staring up from the bottom, up from the bottom. I try escaping, but there's nowhere to go. Staring up from the bottom, up from the bottom. Everybody out there, devil is coming. Poison on his lips and his words mean nothing. Cold like a mountaintop, father never loved him. Mama said he's bad enough times that it's sunk in. Everybody out there, devil is coming. Promise you the world, but he's always bluffing. Before you even know it's a trap you're stuck in. He's gone like a ghost, already off running. Down here, so far below, staring up from the bottom, up from the bottom. I try escaping, but there's nowhere to go. Staring
Okay, Linkin Park and up from the bottom. So let me have a think about where I was with when this all came announced, when they brought back Emily coming into the band and putting new music out and stuff like that. Because initially, I think when they were talking about like before the new album was announced and so forth, with Emily coming in, it was like, is it going to just be like a tour of classic greatest hits with Emily kind of doing her best Chester impression and stuff like that? And that's probably the only time I'm going to try and talk about comparisons on that, because everyone kind of goes, "Oh, is she honouring it and stuff like that?" But I think Emily's got a great voice, and you can hear these songs were written in the context of honouring what the stylization of what Chester would have done on those songs, if that makes sense. So I think it was really good when they come out with this album, and it's obviously back to the beginning and start of the where they were at the beginning from zero. And it's great because it is very much like Hybrid Theory album, and even a little bit like Meteoria. So it's those first two albums is what the new album is very reminiscent of, and I think fans were very clear that this was great because it reminded them of what Linkin Park was to them when they first started out, because they obviously went into a lot of film schools and they went in a very different direction later from their big rock songs. They went very more introspective sort of stuff in later years. So I think it was really cool for them to kind of go back and say, this is, remember what Linkin Park was in the 90s. And that this is what this is. It's 3 minutes of just classic 90s Linkin Park. Weirdly, I'm going to say I'm more interested to hear what they're going to sound like in 5 years' time with Emily. What will her influence be on it? Because obviously with her, the band that she was in before doing Linkin Park, or her other band, if she's still doing it, I don't know, is very different to Linkin Park. And I want to know what her influence, this punk attitude, if that's going to come across. Now, Chester was obviously a very punk attitude. I said I wasn't going to bring him into it, but sorry, wasn't planning to. But I'm not going to talk about comparisons in vocals. That's what I'm not going to do. But you could hear, we have this structure. You can hear when she's singing. This could almost have been a song that was written for Meteoria, because the phrasing, etc., is exactly what you would have expected if it had been Chester singing. She's not trying to sound like Chester, but she's singing what Chester probably would have done when it was written. So I thought it was done really, really well. Great attitude in the video. Video's got this kind of cool high energy. Again, very much of the time, early 2000s kind of Linkin Park vibe to it. It looks more modern and more crisp, but it's still got that vibe. Now, the thing is, musically, as far as complexity, it's not a complex song. It's chord progressions, but they've done exactly what they set out to do, which is write a Linkin Park song from there. I mean, they were never really a guitarist band. I mean, it's you could pick up a guitar book, or even without a guitar book, and learn the guitar parts from these songs. There is a lot more elements on. I guess it's more about the whole rather than the individuals with these with Linkin Park, because every element on its own is relatively simple. When you put it together, you get the sum. The sum is greater, or the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. Whereas sometimes you can listen to a band and kind of go, the song's cool, but the solo work on this or the guitar riff on this is so much better than the song itself. Linkin Park is definitely the other way around. All the different parts make up such a great element. But you take those parts on their own, you can kind of go, yeah, they're all right. That's all right. I mean, the guitar riffs on these, it's not even riffs, they're chords. You've got the sample machine that kind of fills in some of the gaps in there. Drums are always pretty cool. They're just high energy kind of bounce grooves. So yeah, it's a really interesting band, because normally when we talk about a lot of the bands we hear, you can see everyone's trying to get, especially nowadays, you especially see bands trying to showboat. They're trying to get their part in. Drummers are trying to put so many fills in because they don't want to do a standard 4/4 drum pattern and just do it. They want to put some little flicks in there, some blast beats, a little bit of skank beat or something like that in there, just to kind of make themselves. The bass player wants to do a little bit of a breakdown or a stop. That's why you start getting all the bass players flipping their guitars, because they want it to be a bit more of a center of attention. Guitarists want to put some extra solo elements in there, because it's always been the vocalist that's got the center of attention. But with Linkin Park, You don't get, yes, the vocalists are the center of attention. It was always going to be that way, but the song is more important than the individual performances by the band, and you don't get that very often nowadays. You really don't. I don't think of many other bands that do that. So, but yeah, it's very much like early Linkin Park. And as I said, I'm really looking forward to seeing what a next album will be, where they're kind of settled in now. They've got permission to kind of try something different and see where Emily influences the band going forward. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. If you enjoyed the video today, please do like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you on my video sometime very soon. Take care.